What's the vibes? All right, how we looking?
Not really sure. It's kind of freezing up, man.
Okay, cool. Hey, no, it sounds choppy. All right, give me a little.
I think it's my phone.
All right, take your time. Hey, what's going on? Your vibes. Hey,
Right. Almost there.
You take like a shot of that? That's my son's supper tonight.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh snap! Look who cooking.
Can you screenshot it or something? That's like you can put that as one of your little shit you be doing.
Job. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get the people a solo layout. Just the people, you are now tuned into the Promise Key. Welcome back, Israel. And as you can see right now, homie cooking up something good right now. Shit. What's on the plate? What's in the pot? What's in the pot, Aya?
Yeah, I give thanks for life. That is some sweet potato with some green split peas and some fresh coconut cream with some thyme. And yeah, simplicity is key. That's all that's in there.
Yeah.
Yes,
you are now tuned into the Promise Key. I am your host, Kushai Selassie. The topic of tonight is Ital is vital, and how we must get back to the old ways of cooking and eating in Rastafari. Because a lot of us, speaking of myself in general, we've been in this trot for a hot minute. I mean, a real hot minute, and we're still not up to par with what we should be eat-wise. I mean, we got a lot of us have our knowledge right. Once again, I am speaking with myself in mind. We got the knowledge down pat. We got the philosophy down pat, and and basically in every other aspect we're growing except for eating, the most important aspect. And today we have once again who I've basically given the title as my personal nutrition. I might have to start paying him. After a while, because really I'm gonna be bugging you like hell. But with all respect given, welcome back, Kongo Israel. How you doing, brother?
Giving thanks for life. Do give thanks. Respectful. Yeah, man. Honorable.
Selassie.
Every time.
So once again, the topic once again is food is Ital is vital and how we must get back to the old ways of eating. And what we need and what I guess we should start with how a lot of us fall short. We get real hooked up into the knowledge, and then if not that, we get up in these little. We excel so far in our knowledge. Go ahead. We excel so far in our knowledge that we never actually think about how we fall short in other aspects. And a lot of us fall into that pocket dimension of bad diet. I mean, just because we're eating better than our peers, than the people around us, doesn't mean we're still eating the way we should. I mean, we eat better, but we're not eating the way we should. We're not eating the way that the elders left us. Freeway Dread, bless up, man. I'm glad to see you on the podcast. This is another brother I'm gonna have on the show sooner or later, as soon as I get my shit together. Like I said, man, we fall into this little pocket dimension of just eating well enough. As long as we fall short and I mean fall short in a good way, because it's in a good way, but not necessarily. It's not like we're eating just anything, but we fall into, like I said, a pocket dimension of, since we're eating better than our peers, we feel like we're okay. Yeah. But sooner or later, we feel it. Cause and Rasta, and Rasta, y'all know what I mean when I say you feel it. You feel when you're more in tune. When you're more in tune with who you are when you're more in tune with who you are, you understand your body more, and you start to feel things that you probably wouldn't have noticed if you were still eating whatever. You start to feel like even the things that you allow yourself to eat now are starting to become no different. Start to make your body feel no different than it did when you ate beef or the pork or the fowl or any of that other stuff. Yeah, that's literally your body telling you it's time to let it go. So I got my nutrition on here today to break down when it's time, when you get to that level, when you really feel like, when literally meat is literally balling up in your mouth. I mean, to the point that fish, and if you also like me, you see the state of Rastafari as it is now, and you're seeing how the fact that you cut corners, the next generation are just going to cut corners from where you cut from where you left off. They're going to see what you're doing at the pinnacle, and until they reach that level, they're going to cut corners. Which means the next generation, with the coming generation, the diet is going to get worse and worse and worse. So, as one coming up in age now, I feel like I need to actually start setting a better example. If not for the youth, at least better for my health. Because even now, fish is starting to ball up in my mouth a little bit. Well, no, let me quit playing. It is balling up in my mouth. Everything is starting to ball. Everything that don't seem plant-based. It might just be me personally, but really it just seems like it balls up in my mouth like it's something I'm not even supposed to be really eating. Like it's just not something I need to have anymore. And even though there's a lot of dishes I'm gonna miss, I'm speaking for all of us, because I know there's a lot of dishes we miss. If you're an American, there's a lot of food you grew up eating and you miss eating. If not just for the taste, for nostalgia. But it's time to let that stuff go. And before I just keep running my mouth, I'm gonna go ahead and give it over. To the elder. Elder, when it comes down to those who are really let's say with people who are just started, who basically at the end of Pharaoh's book. If you want to just go and put like a standpoint. If you're like me, okay, and you're near the end of Pharaoh's book, and you're getting to the point you don't want egg, you don't want the chicken bath water, you don't want fish or any kind of shellfish, you don't want any of it anymore. Yes, sir. So let's start from that point, which will mostly be the beginning for most, is really the next stepping stone. And like I said, for a lot of us, this is the next defining level.
True indeed. Yes,
Yeah.
I. Yes, I. Give thanks for life. Um, well, this is when I would say, welcome to the produce section of the supermarket. This is when it's time to get familiar with the produce section. You know, I'll just base it on my personal story. When I first sighted up Rastafari, and I decided I want to go towards Ital eating. So obviously the first thing we know is we put away the meat, we put away the dairy. Okay, so now what do we pick up when we put these things down? Becomes the question: what do I eat? So in Rastafari, there's something that's a lifesaver. And the lifesaver in Rastafari, because before when you linked out to me, you originally told me that we're going to be talking to the Rastas. We're talking to the ones who say Rastafari, who's coming up and ready to start eating right. So this story is for Rastafari. This is the Ital story. This is not a vegan story or a vegetarian story or a plant-based story. This is a Ital story. So the Ital man, when you first come into this, when Rasta man went into the hills and everything, it's the same correlation. You came out of you're coming out of the food that's in the city. So now when you come to these heights now, the first thing is the term in Rastafari that I don't even know if it still exists. Have you heard the term provisions?
Yes.
Okay,
When you put things in jars, right?
No. See, that's the U.S. term for provisions. Yeah. But when Rastaman said provisions, he's talking about ground food.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they call it provisions. Provisions is ground food. That's the order of the day when you first come into Rastafari. You eat a lot of ground food, and ground food is the yams, the cassava, the dashin, the roots, the root vegetables, your roots. Rasta do a lot of roots, say we all about the roots. So the first step away from the meat, honestly, is the roots and the greens.
Let me stop you right quick, Elder. Give us some example of root vegetables that'll be real fun that most of us be able to find in American grocery stores. Like just
I'm sorry,
for like example.
No, they're right here. They are here. My fault, but I called them by the Caribbean names.
Right.
When I said cassava in your grocery store, that's called the yucca. The YUCCA. Yucca. Yucca is cassava. Yucca is a staple in Rasta food. So you get the yucca, or I guess over here they call it the Negro yam, they call it the Negro yams. I hear you. So you can get the yucca, or you can get the Negro yam.
Potatoes. Oh yeah, or sweet potatoes. We basically the more common term is sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes is a different one. Now that's what I made for my son this evening. He has sweet potato and split peas in his pot tonight. But now sweet potatoes, you have the orange one and you have the white one. In the Caribbean, they use the white one more. Over here, they use the orange one more.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, these are all earth foods. These are root vegetables. These are your grown foods. These are your provisions. Yeah. So these are your provisions. You have the the red potatoes and these things, and now you take these provisions and you boil them up. You can either boil them by themselves. Pumpkin is also considered provision, even though pumpkin grows above ground. I don't want you to break the pump fire. Just cool out. Yeah, pumpkin also is considered, one of our staple root vegetables when you first come on these tribes. So when you're first coming off of the meat and you want to be full, yeah, I'm going to encourage you to eat your root vegetables. Make a good Ital stew. So you take these root vegetables, especially the yucca, or the yam, the Negro yam, yellow yam, whatever they refer to. You know, you take these foods and you can boil them down with some red lentils or some chickpeas. You know, you have yellow split peas, you have green split peas. You know, it's your beans, your greens, and your root vegetables. That's what keeps you full in the initial transition. That's what keeps you full.
Right.
You know, but now as the journey progresses, you'll after a while, you know, you when you start to fast, the key to knowing the difference in what foods is really good and what foods is really not is when you start fasting, when you start the absence of food. And then when you go back to food, that's when you really see what really is compatible and what really goes along with you. But in the beginning, when you just transitioning and you want that full feeling and you want to spice things up and have fun, then yeah, you go with your ground food, because your ground food is very versatile. Whatever seasonings you use create a whole different flavor, you know?
And that's another thing we need. And that's another thing we need to be careful of. Like when I say we fall into that like most of us, when I say we fall into that pocket dimension, that pocket dimension, especially American, especially us American rosters. When it comes to seasoning, we feel like if a lot of us can't cook, we don't really know how to use like the herbs and spices. And God forbid, unless we had a grandma who actually who still had a garden. A lot of us don't even know what a mold, what one of those molder things are. You know, where you actually take the pepper or take the cinnamon and actually grind it up into the powder or into the powder that you want for seasoning stuff. A lot of us would just stick to like salt, pepper, and seasoning salt. And if we do do a better thing, we'll go for like healthy alternatives like sea salt or how most old people would tell you, if you don't want to use salt no more, use accent.
Yeah, but you see where you are? Everything you just said was in a container. And this is what Rasta got to come off of. A lot of the young Rastas, they're inside containers. This is why I said, welcome to the produce section. Get your fresh basil, get your fresh scallion, get your fresh garlic, get your get your fresh what do you say? You know, your Scotch bonnet peppers. You know, you don't need a lot. You know, simplicity is key. As long as you have
Scotch bonnet. Sorry, Elder, but for us here, the Scotch bonnet just for us Yankees who don't know no different. The Scotch bonnet pepper for us would be the habanero pepper.
And you said for us, and then you gave a Spanish name.
Hey, that's the only name we know it. Right, we know these peppers by their Spanish names.
You know, see, the funny thing is, I learned how to. I really learned how to, prepare my food, through Rastafari. So yeah, I'm going to refer to all the names where I get. In New York, in the Bronx, in the Caribbean markets, it was called Scotch bonnet. It wasn't called habanero. For real though,
like when I be talking about New York friends, they literally still call it by their Caribbean names. And for a long time, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I'm like, damn, so I need y'all to go to a Caribbean market, get me this, that, and the third. And they're like, nah, it's in your grocery store. I'm like, dude, this is a habanero. He's like, yeah, we call it Scotch bonnet. Why didn't you just tell me habanero? Because I'm not going to say that.
Not only do we call it that, that's the name of it in our grocery stores. They call it by the names that we know it as because, it's our community. We don't own the stores, but we the ones that shop there, so they name it the names that we know.
Right.
Them Asians ain't stupid. So your habanero pepper. So like I said, you get your garlic, you get your onions, your scallions, your thyme, your basil, your peppers. If you don't like habanero, you get you the other ones, the long banana ones.
Get you a jalapeno. I personally recommend the jalapeno. I am a huge fan of the jalapeno pepper.
Yeah, so you have plenty of peppers to choose from, and those, and you get you some cumin, so some ground cumin or some seeded cumin, And there's another spice. There's a next spice that's called pimento, and anise. Anise. Those those spices right there is that's all you need for your pot. You know, you don't need none of them shakers and all this and all that. No, just cut up some thyme. You know, get you some fresh thyme. You just pluck it off the stem and put it in your pot. Get you some fresh basil, tear it up, put it in your pot. You know, cut up some scallion, cut up some garlic, cut up some onion, and that food nice. Get you a coconut. Learn how to get your grater your brown coconut, squeeze that trash and strain it and pour that milk in there. And you eating good food. You know, the Ital stew. Remember, if you're coming into Rastafari culture is simplicity. Rastafari was not able to go to the grocery store all day, every day. And, that's why we deal with the one pot culture. So if I'm talking to young Rastas and Rastas who want to eat, who want to come and who want to learn to eat right, bring it back to your one pot culture.
For us Southerners, that'll be basically Ital stew, the
gumbo way.
Gumbo. Or for us Southerners, we just call it like vegetable. We just call it vegetable soup over here in the South. Only difference if you were gonna make it Ital, you would have to get rid of the salt. You'd have to get rid of the salt. Don't throw. And for some reason, I don't know why. Whenever we make vegetable soup, they always threw ground hamburger in there. I don't know why, but I don't know why. I don't know why I call it vegetable soup then. But that's just something they did. But but the last time I made it, I didn't eat beef anymore. So I didn't so there was no meat. So there was no meat. It was just a straight vegetable soup. And that you use a lot of okra. Use your okra. Use your corn, carrots. If you fancy enough, if you actually got enough time to actually sit there and if you got enough time to sit there and cut up cabbage.
I said, but make sure that these are whole carrots that you're chopping up and whole corn. Don't go buy a whole bag of frozen mixed veggies. You know,
right.
You have to get back to the produce section. As I said, the produce. Welcome to the produce section. Rastafari, welcome to the produce section.
And don't be lazy. And don't be lazy, people. I'm speaking for myself once again. Don't be lazy. Don't get you some grown up corn. Quit getting the baby corn. Go get you some grown up corn.
Yeah, please don't do that. Ital food is patience. Grown up corn. Ital food is patience.
I'm real bad. I'm real bad for that. I used to love baby. I love baby corn, but I really need to just sit down and just buy. I really need to do it. Just go ahead and just buy the carrot peelers. I mean, not baby corn. Baby carrots.
Listen. If I'm talking to Rastas in America, right, we have to change the speedy, the insta mentality, the microwave mentality. You have to slow down, Rasta. All right. Don't wait till you're hungry. Don't wait till you're hungry for people to prepare your food, because then you're gonna rush in and take shortcuts. Your food have to plan out from morning. That in the evening come, you have everything ready and you start do your prep work.
Yeah, get back that crock pot culture.
You know, take your time and put some love in your food. You know, put some love in your food. So it's really simple, you know. We don't need a million things, you know. These things are for the transition because you want to feel full. Bobo, stop the banging and slamming, Rasta. Them time over. It's simplicity. It's simplicity, you know. So like I said, when you go to the market, look for your pumpkin. I prefer personally the green skin pumpkin. They call it cabasa, something with a K in these supermarkets, I think. The green skin pumpkin was my personal favorite. You get you some green skin pumpkin and some red lentils. You see me? Some green skin pumpkin and some red lentils, and you put that in the pot with some spring water. And you put some thyme in there and some garlic in there. Okay? But now, you don't put the garlic in the onions until after everything comes to a boil and it's soft. You see? And it's really simple. It's really simple. It's really simple. And these provisions will keep you full in the transitioning when you coming off of the fishes and the chickens and the the enriched white flour and all these things. I don't really push dumplings, but if you really want to make dumplings, you get you some chickpea flour and you make you some dumplings to put in the pot.
Hold up, brother. You chopping up a little bit. I'm not sure if that's me. I'm not sure if that's from my camera or yours. All right, say something again.
Yes, I blessed love. Coming through clear? I'm coming through clearly.
You still a little choppy. You
Okay.
still a little choppy. Am I choppy? What about me? Am I coming choppy on your end?
No, you're not choppy right now. So I'm not sure. That means my side. I have all my bars, and when I look down, I'm not sure.
Hold on. It could be all these extra features I'm doing with this channel.
Okay.
I'm getting fancy. I'm getting fancy with StreamYard.
Yes,
Okay, there it goes. It's that banner. It was that banner. It was that banner thing that they started adding this thing. I was trying to utilize the thing. I was trying to utilize it a little bit, but it seemed like it's fucking up the connection. All right, now what you were saying?
I was talking about the simplicity of just making a simple stew. As Rasta, like I said, in these simple stews will be the transitions for you to feel full in the evening times. To get you off of the fishes and the chickens. And I said I don't really promote dumplings, but if you do feel the need to make a dumpling, you get you some chickpea flour to knead your dumplings. It's a better quality, for your digestion. Because the main thing, because a lot of times also, like, we now that we come into higher knowledge, we know a little more stuff. So I'm not a big promoter of the starch. So that's why you see me naming things that I think, I say I limit the starch because it's not the best food. So I don't really push the potatoes and the things like that. But I say to make you feel full in the beginning, I suggest the pumpkin, I suggest the cassava, the red lentils, the split peas, and the chickpeas, and the same herbs I mentioned for spices, and you just mix them up how you feel. There's no one way to do it. You mix it up how you feel. You take the same 13 ingredients and you just mix and match and mix and learn what you like. And like I said, learn how to make a good coconut cream. You learn how to grate your coconuts and make you a good coconut cream. If you have to take a shortcut, make sure you buy the extra virgin coconut oil, And if you're gonna make, if you want to use olive oil, also extra virgin, but never put olive oil to any fire. No, if you're using olive oil, you're using the olive oil when you already have your plate at the table. Olive oil is a dressing for the table. It's not for the stove.
Okay, so we've been using. So a lot of us been using olive oil wrong because they say it's better to cook with olive oil than any other oil. At least that's what they tell. At least that's what they tell us.
Yeah, but they don't know nothing. So me, as a man, I don't promote cooking. I as a raw food man, but to each their own levels and stages. So if I make a suggestion for cooking, it's going to be the extra virgin coconut oil, lightly. Nothing fried is healthy. If you fry it, it's not Ital. It ain't good. There's nothing good coming out of nothing fried. Also, sweet plantains, ripe plantains also taste amazing in that one pot as well. If you want the pot to be nice and sweet, you throw some ripe plantains in there. So you get you some pumpkins, some red lentils, some plantains, some thyme, some garlic. That, I'm telling you, simplicity. You have a good meal right there. And then, like I said, your greens. And when you make your greens, it's a light steam. Make sure your greens stay green. If you buy the greens bright red, you see Promise Key down there. If you buy the greens that color as Promise Key, when you done preparing your greens, it shouldn't be the color of like this shirt. It should still be the color.
That's another thing I want to bring up to you. There's nothing I want to bring up to you. Like in the South, we have this tendency to we'll cook our vegetables to death.
Boil them dead. Boil them. Stop boiling them. Stop that. lightly. Make it. You still want to snap. It got to be the same color. Your oranges. I mean, not your orange. Your carrot boiled to the brown. Nah, man. What's the point? At that
So we're
point,
literally cooking the nutrients out of our food.
Yeah, I'm about to say at that point, just drink the broth and dash away the matter, because the matter is dead. The veggie matter is dead. Just drink the broth and fling that. So when you make the food, that's what I said. When you make the pumpkin and the lentils, you put, if you're gonna make vegetables, you put that in last. You don't put it all at the same time. So your vegetables still want a pop and a crisp. You never fry nothing, never fry anything at all. And when it comes to your greens, they really should be in a salad. You really should not. I don't know why you're really putting greens on the stove, because collard greens ain't food. Collard greens is rough as leather. Them greens there, that was slave greens. That was the greens that nobody wanted. The weeds that you had to boil them down for 3 hours to make them soft. Otherwise, you're gonna chew them for 4 days. I'm sorry, I don't support collard greens. So get you some nice tender greens, some nice tender leaves, and learn to make you a good salad. Huh?
What about turnips?
Turnips? Yeah, turnips is nice. Me personally, I like to grate them into a salad. But you can steam them as well. Yeah, you can steam some nice turnips.
Now, when I said, like I said, this episode is basically for those who are on all, basically for people on all levels. This is like for better eating for a lot of us, because like I said, a lot of us have already been on this on this trial of Rastafari for a hot minute. So a lot of us, these are things that we should either just accept, stop doing, depending on where depending on where they are on the level. But they understand. But once we're talking to them, if this makes them feel a type of way when we talk about it, then basically that's their body letting them know that this may be something you need to stop doing. All right, now, for those who are still eating rice, like for me, I still love to eat rice. I love rice, but white rice is a strict no, no matter what level you on. White rice has always been that no. So for those people who still eat white rice, what would be a better alternative? Which rices would be better for our digestive system?
All right, so let's not say which rice. Let's say which grain.
Okay.
Because for some reason we think rice is the only choice. Forget the rice. Forget the rice, people. Please come off for the rice. In 2023, run, go left the rice. You have better options that you would enjoy more. And listen to me, you people, because I see you getting scared. You have other grains that you will enjoy more than rice. Trust me. Have you ever ate millets?
Nah, I don't think I know what that is.
Exactly. MILLET. Millet. When you go to your grocery store, it might be in the grain section, it might be in the gluten-free section. Look for millet. It cooks the exact same way as rice, black people, but it's more alkaline to our body. Okay? Millet. Please, people, millet. It's way less acidic, okay? Millet. And then millet is more dense. And then when you want to go lighter, then you go to the quinoa.
Okay, I've heard of that.
A lot of people don't like quinoa because, again, they don't know how to make it. Usually when they make it, they boil it too long and it come out like a mushy a gruel or something. So they say quinoa is nasty. But no, if you make it the right way, it's supposed to be nice and dry and individual, just like rice again. But I suggest millet first because it's more dense, so it's easier, you're less likely to mess it up. As the quinoa is more fine, it's delicate, you have to know what you're doing. So I say start with the millet just to come off of the rice. It's dense, it's heavy, it'll get the same job as rice, but it's way more better for your system, your structure, your anatomy, with all this, and everything like that. So millet, my people.
What about jasmine rice?
No, man, you sound like one of them people, like, you know, you want to justify your ways. The whole,
I'm just asking. Just asking.
Why is that girl special? Because all you did was change the name brand. You didn't change the grain. You just changed the name brand.
True.
That's like saying I don't want Pookie's crack. I want Jimmy's crack. Nah, boys. L. Burner got the best crack. You tripping? You just changing name brands, cuz. No, see, quinoa is not like grits. That's what I'm talking about. When people make quinoa, they always come out with a wet product. And you don't have to. It can be dry, individual, grainy, just like rice. But you have to make the right
grits. Hey, I like grits.
I used to like grits, not again. But you can make quinoa. But listen to me. See, quinoa is versatile because you can make quinoa come out just like grits and it still tastes great, or like rice and it still tastes great. See, so quinoa. So if you get the grits version, that's okay. Put a little vegan butter or some coconut oil in there, some salt, and eat it the same way. But you know, and also quinoa makes a wonderful breakfast porridge, like a sweet breakfast porridge as well. So you have to explore. Get to like with the quinoa, you boil it down real soft, and then you put it in your blender with some coconut jelly and a banana and blend it down. Put it back in your pot. Put a little coconut sugar in there, some cinnamon. Now you have a wonderful breakfast porridge. You know.
Cinnamon. I love cinnamon. But all right. Question: what exactly is cream of wheat?
Cream of wheat is whole wheat that they pulverize into a powder, and you boil it down into a cream. It's wheat. It's wheat grain.
So I always want to know what was the difference between that and grits.
Grits is corn.
Oh, see, I always thought grits was wheat.
Nope.
Oh, like it's some different form of wheat or something like that. Shit, so grits is corn. Damn, we some corn eating bastards in self. Everything we do is eat corn. So if I take cornmeal, would that be the same? Was that the same as grits? Questions.
Yes, sir. Pardon me, family.
Yeah.
That's the far right.
Selassie.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so millet for the rice people. Millet is the grain to go to. Millet and then quinoa. These are the grains to go to get you off of the rice. You know, it's much more alkaline. But like I said, I'm working with easier to digest. You know?
Well, we some corn eating bastards and stuff, boy. I didn't even know grits was corn, man. I thought it was something from wheat. So dang, so what? We make cornmeal porridge is almost basically the same as grits.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's just a different part of the kernel or something like that.
Damn. So the only difference is the color. Ain't that a bitch?
I think it's a different part of the kernel. You know how they break it down into the husk, the wheat, the germ. So I think it's a different part of the corn kernel. There's different parts of the kernel between the grit and the cornmeal. I think it's different parts.
Yeah. But they say when it comes down to certain vegetables, there's a lot of vegetables that we shouldn't be eating as much of, and they said corn is actually one of them.
Yeah, corn is not good for you. I haven't ate corn in almost 10 years, Rasta.
Damn, though, and I ain't lying. Like me and James said, man, we from down here, man. We grew up on corn. Corn was like something that was always available.
If we're gonna go, you know me now. If we're gonna go into it, because I don't believe in wasting time, and I take
that's what I'm saying. This is literally for all levels. See, here we go.
All right.
See, if you got someone else, corn is bad for you. See, go in, Elder.
This is why, if you look around within the Rastafari community in the Caribbean, a lot of the elders are not aging well. You know, I'm giving you our traditional cultural food, but I'm not giving you the best food to eat, Because if you really check it, they're not aging well. They're not aging as well as they should be because they're eating way too much starch. All right, way too much starch. You see now, and corn is just another starch. All right. So a lot of the vegetables that we eat, we really don't need. We truly don't need. And then if it doesn't have a seed, okay, you have to understand. Like we must focus on the fruit kingdom because not every fruit is sweet. Like pumpkin is a fruit. Pumpkin is the same as a watermelon. It's a fruit on the vine with seeds. You know, that's why I say I recommend pumpkin for the ground food more so than the ones in the ground because pumpkin is a fruit. You know what I'm saying? So peppers are fruits. You know what I'm saying? Peppers are fruits. They're in the family of like berries. Remember, they're on a bushel with seeds in them. They're more toward the fruit family.
Damn, didn't even think about that.
Botanically, everything that has a seed is a fruit. So okra is a fruit. Cucumber is a fruit. So focus on the foods that have seeds in it. These are fruits. Whether they're classed as vegetables, but botanically they're fruits. These are the ones you want to eat more abundantly.
Now I eat a lot of cucumber. I eat a lot of cucumber.
Mm-hmm.
I can't eat a salad without cucumbers.
Yeah, these are the things you want to focus on way more abundantly. Your fruit kingdom, whether it be your sweet, juicy fruits or your vegetable fruits. But it's your fruit kingdom you want to get your abundance of your food from. But here's the next thing too. You have to understand this. It would be so simple if you understand that we don't need as much food as we think we do. So we keep saying, what else do we need? What else do we need? Well, shucks. After you have all your tropical, juicy, sweet fruits and all your vegetable fruits, what more do you need? Just mix and blend those things. You don't need nothing else. And those simple spices that come from the garden. Simplicity. Because remember, in nature, every single species eats a mono meal and it's raw. A raw mono meal. There's no animal gathering 2 or 3 things to make a plate. The lion don't kill a zebra, rip a leg off, and then go get some hippo thigh, to mix with it, and then some wash it down with some giraffe blood. Like no, he's eating one of them. Right. He's not combining. The hippo don't go get the lemongrass and then mix it with the thyme grass and then go by the riverbed and mix it with the seagrass and then walk down to the ocean and put a little sea salt on it. Right. So the simpler the better. Like on my program, I teach that cooked food is witchcraft, but that's a whole other story. You know what I mean? I'm an extremist.
Oh shit! Now you got me feeling like now you got me feeling like one of them chicks at the beginning of a McBell.
I'm gonna show you the heights. I'm gonna show you why I say that. Right? Remember when you're young? Yeah. Okay. Now remember that. Now why was she doing that? Why was the witch doing that? Hold on. Hear me out. Right? Why was the witch doing that? Making that cauldron, making that mix up to create a potion. Right? You put all these things together, you now make something that does not exist in nature. So look what cooked food did. When you combine all these foods in the pot and you eat that, you are now creating overstimulation and releasing dopamines that regular food cannot do. That creates the addiction to cook food. Because this concoction is overstimulating to your cells, releasing dopamines. Now you overindulge. Now you got diabetes and high blood pressure because you overindulge. As I said, the main thing now is you don't need that. If you're eating like this, you don't need a lot of food. You don't need a lot of food, period. But by our nature, we are frugivores. By our nature, we only need fruits, and we should be eating a mono meal. So one thing at a time. Because remember, in nature, you have to walk and sit under the mango tree. You sit under the berry and you would eat that one thing at a time, like every other species do. But we're putting all this stuff in the pot and we're overstimulating ourselves, and that creates the addiction. So simplify it, and you will learn how to simplify more the more you fast. The less you eat, when you take breaks from eating and you really give your, like, if you take 3 days, just take 3 days off. Don't eat for 3 days. Let your system, because even if you Google it, it'll tell you it takes at least 72 hours for your entire intestines to empty. Just go 72 hours with no food. Let your joint empty, right? And then after that, eat fruit for a day. And then take another, eat that fruit, eat just fruit for a day, see how you feel. Then take another day off, and then go eat like some beans or something heavy, and see the acid, see the how you feel low, how it pulls you down. Because remember, ground foods are magnetic foods, so they pull you to the earth, make you feel more heavy, magnetic pull. High vibration water foods are electric foods. They're charged, so now you have a higher vibration. You feel lighter. So you want to feel heavy down, or you want to feel light up, and charged up? I like to feel light and charged, because our body is mostly water. So the main things we need to survive is oxygen and hydration. You know what I'm saying? And then our cells run on sugar. So if our cells run on sugar, that means every single thing you eat, your body has to break it down into a simple sugar in order to use it for fuel. Fruits by themselves are simple sugars. Anything else you eat beans are complex. Grains are complex carbohydrates. What does complex mean? Complex means difficult. So by default, you are telling yourself, I'm giving myself something difficult to digest. So if you're not out here running like Usain Bolt, you have a hard time burning all that starch up. Especially in the life we live today. Because people will say, oh, well, our grandparents ate that shit. They were way more active than your butt in front of this computer.
Yeah, they had to walk multiple places. They literally did have to walk. That ain't something that motherfuckers just make jokes about. Down here, we actually knew motherfuckers had to walk everywhere. Hell, even me as a kid, even in the modern era, there was sometimes I had to walk. I had to walk a lot of motherfucking places. Especially if you're in New York, I can understand why y'all eat a lot of starchy food, because hell, a lot of people don't have a car up there. I mean, in Chicago and in New York and shit. A lot of people don't have a car, so they have to walk a couple of blocks every day.
Yeah. So, yeah, when you're eating that starch, it's very complex. So you have to really get out there and burn it. If you don't burn it, this is why people, you eat these complex starches, and then you go back and you eat like something, like you might eat something that's high in fat or high in sugar afterwards. And
this is a girl. This is the Empress who opened up the juice bar on Main Street in my town.
Irie, that's it. The door's open.
That's shout out to We Got the Juice. Shout out to We Got the Juice, man. I fucking love that place, man. I need to go down there and get me another juice, especially with the fact that I'm eating a lot better.
Give thanks to whoever's coming forth, bringing some good vibes and good healing foods to the community. So give thanks to Sister Latoya. Appreciate you, Empress, bringing some life to the community.
Bless.
Give him a plug real quick. Yeah, get him a plug.
Yeah. She also has she also does an open mic night. I haven't heard anything about it, but it's supposed to be the second Saturday of every month. Right, and I covered it. I covered one of them that they did, and I really need to get back into covering all of them. I missed this month, but next month I'm gonna be on it. And this time I'm gonna have better mics. This time I'm gonna have a heck of a lot better mics. Because last time I was just using the phone mic. This time I'm gonna use my actual physical mic. This time I have at least 3 of them. Hopefully, with my laptop getting better, we'll be able to get a better sound, so it just won't sound echoey. It'll just, you'll just hear the artists themselves. I might even do a little I might even go out there and do some poetry right quick.
Yeah, why not?
I'll recite some muta for you. I'll recite some muta for y'all.
Come original, man. Original.
Back on this diet. I'm about to do my Dr. Sebi. Oh crap, she about to do her Dr. Sebi menu.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Oh snap! Now that's gonna be nice.
Bring some electric food to the people. Give thanks. That's what they need. They need that.
For real.
Living charge. Living charge.
Matter of fact, let's highlight those two brothers right quick. Dr. Sebi and Dick Gregory. We have not been paying them attention whatsoever in the American black community. We have not paid them any attention. And I don't know
Especially
how we not paid
our
Dick
very own
Gregory
Dick
no
Gregory.
attention. Know
Yeah.
what?
I said, especially our very own Dick Gregory, being that he's
For
from here, one of
real.
us.
For real. And Dick Gregory knew it all. And think about it, he told you know it all. When you actually sit down and listen to him,
And
dude, he literally broke it down.
He was a fruitarian.
For real. He said, I don't know what Gandhi was complaining about. Heck, he fasted for a couple of months and he felt fine. Shit, how long did Gandhi fast?
I don't know, but I think what's his name? Dick. I think Dick beat him on that, man.
He did.
Yeah, he beat him on that fast, man. He beat him on that
He was
fast.
like, and he felt fine. He didn't get what the fuck he was complaining about.
Right.
And you saw Gandhi, he was about to die. Gandhi like he was about to kill over.
Yep.
But honestly though, we give the Hindu in the world when it comes down to like the first few places, if you want to think of like a vegetarian country, the first place we think of is like an Asian country or a Hindu country or India, right? So, but thing is, curry ain't even as delicious as curry is. To eat curry on a daily basis will literally destroy your stomach. Don't want in that just I mean damn though. I mean it's not like meat tenderizer, but damn, won't it literally eat a hole in your stomach, Lonnie?
You said it's not like meat tenderizer, but most meat tenderizers are made from papaya. So curry is worse in some cases. You know, yeah, curry. Yeah, curry. I don't know all the science to it when it comes to the curry, but I know that it definitely irritates your mucosal lining. That much I can tell you. You know,
that's another pocket hole we run into.
Yeah, and according to Dr. Sebi, it destroys your kidneys. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see I didn't name it when I was giving you spices. You know, I never mentioned it. To me, turmeric is more like a medicine. It's not a daily spice. It's a strong astringent medicine for extreme cases of healing. It's not a daily spice.
All right, this is a question. This is a question for someone who's on light meats, who's basically on the light meat diet. Now, but if I can answer that. For someone who's basically just coming off the light meat diet, I can basically answer that. I'm gonna go ahead and say stay away. They say mostly I've always heard of stay away from tilapia. Because they say tilapia is like that farm fish where they overproduce it and whatnot. So they said tilapia is kind of like a trash fish. It's delicious and as delicious as this is coming from a southerner. Now we know we love catfish, but that is a very trash fish. That is a very trash fucking animal. It's a bottom feeder. There's a reason why the old folks tell you be careful of eating any kind of fish or creatures that has like whiskers or any kind of antenna or whiskers or whatnot. They're bottom feeders. They eat trash.
We have to understand how a lot of these foods came into our life in the first place. Okay, because again with the fish, you're trying to differentialize the good from the bad, but you know it's eat it at your own risk. You know, we can't make believe that there's a good fish. You know, there really isn't. It's all a gamble, especially in what's going on nowadays. But we have to understand that our physical anatomy was not designed to consume. See, a lot of people think that the Rasta don't eat meat because of his belief, his principle, but we have to get down to the raw science of anatomy, outside of doctrines, outside of beliefs, outside of animal rights, just nature, just physical anatomy of nature. In your natural indigenous state, where are you getting a fish from? And before fire, how was you eating that fish? You see, we have to understand the earth went through different cycles. Man has been here for a very long time. The earth has went through floods, the earth has gone through droughts, the earth has gone through all type of cycles where ice age, so when man has to survive, he had to adapt to survive. But survival food has now become tradition. So it's time to break away from the passed down traditions that we did when we were surviving, and now learn how to thrive, how to eat the best foods to thrive, not just what we can make taste good that won't kill us. We have to go beyond what can we make taste good that won't kill us.
Well said. Well said. So basically, the unsugar coated, none of them, none of the fish. The unsugar coated, none of the fish.
If you're going to eat fish, just eat the fish you like, because there ain't no good fish from bad fish. It's all a dead body. So just eat what you like when it comes to that, because there ain't no good one. It's either eat them or don't eat them.
Basically. Basically. But I will say, dude. Dude, if you don't eat the catfish, really don't eat catfish. That fish eats nothing. It's like a pork. It's like, all right, if you go to, all right, from the best way to describe it from that level, think of it like a pork fish. Just stay away from that shit. It's just trash.
The chicken is nastier than the pig. See, that's culture. If you live in a farm, you will know the chicken is way nastier than the pig.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's actually true.
You feel?
But it's just like what I mean. But also, yeah, but at least the chicken sweats. At least the chicken will sweat.
Who said? Have you ever checked the pig for sweat? Because the Muslims say that, but where's the proof of this?
Seriously, the toxins that they come out their skin. My grandma said this. It comes out as pus out their hooves or something like that.
Okay, now
my grandpa used to say that.
Now, have you ever wiped the brow?
I've never personally seen it, but they used to keep pigs and stuff. So I don't know.
Now, have you ever wiped the brow of a chicken to confirm that it sweats?
No. Oh snap! And I worked at Purdue, and hey, not be funny, but I worked at Purdue. Trust me, them chickens sweating when they see that blade coming. They sweating.
You see, it's all that.
That's not funny. Don't make that joke. That's not funny. But damn,
man. So but yeah,
But I feel what you're saying though.
We have to return to the earth. The earth has all the food we need. The earth has all the food we need.
Right.
There, if you want to have something with the seafood type of style, then my other teacher, Dr. Aris Latham, he used to make this seafood salad. He used to take nori wraps like seaweed and dulse. He would take different oceanic vegetation and mix it with ackee, and he would call it like a seafood rundown. Okay. So if you want to see a seafood type of taste, if the sister's still there, I know I condemned her hard on the fish. You have the nori wrap, the dulse. You have a lot of sea vegetables now, and you can mix those sea vegetables with earthly vegetables, and like I said, you mix it with the ackee. If you mix it with the ackee, and like how they have the ackee and kalaloo, you can do an ackee and like seaweed, and it has you put some kelp in there, and you'll get that oceanic flavor to make you feel good, and you can boil some burdock roots. Burdock roots can taste just like crab legs if you spice it right. Burdock roots, sis, you still there? Blessed love. Burdock roots. If you spice burdock roots just right, it tastes just like crawfish, crab legs, all that southern chaw y'all be liking. Burdock roots. Spice them up nice.
We got to try that one.
Fish and all
We got
that.
to try that one. I've been eating crab legs my whole life. We got to try that one.
Use burdock roots. Yeah, they make a nice crab leg crawfish fish. Yeah, burdock root is good for that. Yes, sister, you're very right to be scared of any meat, and your body don't want it. Nothing. There's no flesh that goes through our system without decaying and putrefying before it gets out. Our digestive tract is just too long to process it. Every other animal on the planet that eats flesh has a digestive tract of 15 feet or shorter. Ours is over 30 feet. It's just too much. It's too much length of time for it to be in our system and still come out in a healthy manner, in a timing. It will always cause decay, which will cause free radicals, which will make us in danger of cancer.
All right. Now, on the next note, sometimes I feel like a savage when I eat meat. I feel you. I do too.
That's your natural instinct. Feel like one of them cavemen talking to you. Yeah, because I always tell, hey sis, I always tell people this, sister. If you take a 2-year-old baby, and you take that 2-year-old baby and you put that baby in the playpen with some baby bunnies, some baby chickens, some grass and a pile of fruit, some mangoes, some bananas, some grapes. Put some mangoes, bananas, and grapes. Put some kittens, some puppies, a little chicken in there, and some grass in there. Put them all together and watch them all play together. And when the baby gets hungry, I promise you on everything, that 2-year-old will go for that fruit. And when that fruit is done, that 2-year-old would never ever think or imagine to pick up that rabbit and bite its head or the kitten. It will never happen. It's not in our instincts to eat another animal. It's not in our natural instincts to do that. That baby will never do that.
Oh snap. But here's a question I'd like to ask. The difference between eating fruit as it is and blending the fruit into like a juice or a smoothie. Which has more substance? Because I've heard that's actually like there's like a difference in like the capacity, like in how much, like in the capacity in which it make like it. How do I explain it?
Yes,
they said when you blend the fruit.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, he got it. All right.
Bless it. So yeah, the best way to consume it is to eat it with your hands, your mouth, because what happens is when you juice it, when you run it through the juicer, you separate the juice from the fiber. And when you separate the juice from the fiber, you speed up the process that the sugar gives to your cells. Now, that's not the best way, but I'll say this. That's only dangerous if you're eating other foods. If you're just juicing, then you're good. But if you're eating, veggie tofu and cooked food, and you're drinking juice, then yes, you're gonna spike up your sugar because the oil from your meal is gonna block the it's gonna block the cell. And then the juice sugar will stay in your bloodstream too long, spiking your sugar. So fruit, when you separate the juice from the fiber, the sugar rushes you faster, which is only dangerous if you're doing it along with other meals and food and fats and stuff. But if you're just juicing, then that's fine. That's good. It'll keep you running while your digestive tract is cleansing. The juice will be your fuel while your system cleanses. So juice is good if you're fasting, but juice is not good if you're eating ackee and dumpling and avocado and cooked on this and run down that and curry this and oil up this. Then yeah, that juice is going to mess you up if you're drinking a whole lot of juice because the sugar will stay in your blood.
So basically, we should treat our smoothies and our juices as a meal as itself.
Yes. A smoothie is a meal replacement. A juice should be a fast, or you have the juice first thing in the morning to break your fast, wait a few hours, then eat your food. But if you eat your food, don't go drink a juice after that, because now you're going to cause problems with your blood sugar levels. Drink your juice before your food. Once you eat food, don't go back and drink no more juice again. Drink water after that. Yes, sir.
Yes. We got we got Kongo Israel, the nutrition in the building. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Yes, I have those now.
More like
and yeah, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Aye.
Angels and demons, they fight over Zion. I see them clearly, my third eye is giant. Persecutions change when the angels start riots. I see them clearly, my third eye's not blind. Angels and demons, they fight over Zion. I see them clearly, my third eye is giant.
Look how you sit.
I know. I'm trying to lean back. My back is on fire.
Why you bring so many doubles?
I don't know. I just wanted him to have something here.
Suck a bunch of nigga can't dream no more. Took a knife to the back, can't bleed no more. Every little dream I had is dead and gone. Try to resurrect the sun, but it shines no more. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. Suck a bunch of nigga can't dream no more. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. Suck a bunch of nigga can't dream no more. Suck a bunch of nigga can't dream no more. Took a knife to the back, can't bleed no more. Every little dream I had is dead and gone. Try to resurrect the sun, but it shines no more. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. Suck a bunch of nigga can't dream no more. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. Suck a punch and nigga can't dream no more.
Time, money, girls, them time. Girls, them time, money, girls, them time. No man, no.
But I'll leave you to whatever.
That's your house, though.
Well.
I gotta show you how to.
Time, money, girls, them time. Girls, them time, money, girls, them time. No man, no fee, not the line. Dance all gym, this are the dance all gym. Dance all gym, and every girl do a thing. Dance all gym, in the dance all gym. Dance all gym, look for the against them. Dance all gym, this are the dance all gym. Dance all gym, and every girl do a thing. Dance all gym, in the dance all gym. Dance all gym, look for the against them. Girl squat, pen, then you come up. Squat, pen, then you come up. Slide to the left and then no wine, then no wine. Slide to the right, then no wine, then no wine. From the sick wine, then you do a sicky sicky. Welcome to the gym class, purple your belly. Come off of your belly, turn round your belly. You fit for the ready position like Shelly. Dance all gym, this are the dance all gym. Dance all gym and every girl do a thing. Dance all gym in the dance all gym. Dance all gym, look for the against them. Dance all gym, this are the dance all gym. Dance all gym and every girl do a thing. Dance all gym in the dance all gym. Dance all gym, look for the time, and the girls them time. Girls them time, and the girls them time. No man no fin at the line. Dance hall gym, this a the dance hall gym. Dance hall gym, and every girl do a thing. Dance hall gym, in a the dance hall gym. Dance hall gym, look for against them. Dance hall gym, this a the dance hall gym. Dance hall gym, and every girl a do a thing. Dance hall gym, in a the dance hall gym. Dance hall gym, look for against them. Girl squat.
Nope. Leave him there with his father.
Then he told him he would fly me down to see him. I'm like,
All right.
Bless it. We back.
Give thanks.
Burn a little sage.
Burn a little Mary, burn a little herbs, burn a little ganja.
Yeah.
My chalice broke.
Give thanks. Oh no.
Yeah, chalice broke, man. So I gotta bought up a little joint. So it goes sometime.
I don't eat a cheeseburger with a smoothie. If you are, leave it here. I really want to make an impact with my juice bar.
Blessed love. Give thanks.
Yes, yes. We give thanks to you, Queen. We really needed you around here. You honestly don't understand how much of an impact a juice bar in a place like Dillon is actually makes a difference. I know it don't seem like it, but it actually does. There's a lot of health conscious people in the hood that even just because they don't look like they are, they really are. I mean, heck, a lot of I be sick. Whenever I come out the house and crap and be talking about my diet and stuff, they look to me for things like yo man, where do you eat? So where can I go to get cleaner food and stuff like that? And you know, we get tired of running to the Vietnamese restaurant. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to the Vietnamese restaurant. That's the only vegetarian restaurant we have in Dillon. So shout outs to them. Heck, at least I know there's still a place I can eat. You know what I'm saying? So if I have to be out, if I'm out and about and I know it's gonna be a while before I get to the house and I need to get something, at least I know there's one vegetarian place there. So places like that make an impact. So I really give thanks to you, Queen, for opening the juice bar. Please shout out. We got the juice on Main Street, Dillon, South Carolina.
We got the juice. Is there an IG for that? Is there an IG? I will
well, they got a Facebook page, if that what you mean.
They have a Facebook page? Okay.
Yeah, by the same name.
We got the juice. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Seriously, and think about it, they're all good. Don't get me wrong, I keep getting the same one. I keep getting the same one, but last time I was there, I think I got the green apples. I think with the green apple one, I think. Queen, if you remember, let me know what wasn't the last one I got. But it was real good. But it was really, really good. That and the one I really want to try is that. I think it was the one that has that is that one that got that tonic in it. I'm a sucker for a tonic. So yeah, I really want to try that one too. I'm a sucker for a tonic.
Yes, sir.
Right. And for those who are scared to drink tonics because they feel like they too strong. If you want to get yourself used to drinking tonics,
I like that name. Good name. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, that joke is delicious. Yeah, yes, matter of fact, I am a big fan of green apples. I am a real Granny Smith apples are my favorite apples, and to me, they're the best apples. They are the best apples. when they talk about when they say an apple a day keep the doctor away, I swear it's the Granny Smith apple they're talking about, because that acid, I mean, the acid in that apple just goes so well after you just like ate a big meal or something. Then you eat that apple, it's like it helps you break down all that shit. That's why I love Granny Smith apples. It's real good for a healthy digestive system. Eat Granny Smith apples. But damn, where was I going before? What was I going with before that? Okay, I don't lost track of what I was talking about. The Granny Smith apples threw me off.
Take your time, Rasta.
Shit.
You were paying homage to the juice bar. You know?
Yes, for real though. Shout out to the juice bar, and shout out to the Vietnamese restaurant. The lady's pretty cool. I mean, and we ain't got to worry about where she get her vegetables from. I mean, I actually saw there was a lady who comes in and brings her a big bag of jalapeno peppers that she grows out her garden, and she brought them to the restaurant for her to cook.
Give thanks.
That's how. At least that's so. At least I know the community is literally feeding. At least I know the community is feeding her, and I know she's getting it from the local grocery stores. And for most of us, we in the South, there was a time we didn't have to worry about where our produce came from because we live in a farm state. I mean, we could almost walk. I can almost use the walk. I can walk. I used to be able to point out the farm, point out where, where we grew, where the grocery store got the broccoli from. Hell, even the chicken, even when it came down to meat, we knew exactly where the meat came from. So if we felt some type of way, it's because we worked there. If we felt some way about that brand, because we worked at the place. Like, a lot of people didn't want to eat. A lot of people, if you worked at Mountaineer Farms, that's a chicken plant. A lot of people wouldn't eat. If you worked at Mountaineer Farms, you didn't eat Mountaineer chicken because you worked there. You know exactly how motherfuckers get down, and you know how people cut corners. But that's what fucked me up working at chicken plants. I mean, exactly what that meat goes through, what the process of that thing, and it makes you not really want to fuck with it. Not on a moral sense, but Cause hell, if you're a meat eater, you're not worried about the feelings of that animal. I mean, let's be real. If you eat meat, you're not worried about the feelings of that animal. And I don't mean like you're willing to go out there and kill it. I'm just saying it's just not. You consider yourself a carnivore. So for you to feel bad about it makes no sense. So I mean, does the lion feel bad about eating the giraffe? I mean, come on. So let's not make it seem like people want to eat meat because they just feel bad for the animal.
And this is why I don't teach it that's why I say I don't teach it from a vegan standpoint, because vegan is only worried or concerned about animal life. I'm not trying to save the animals. I'm trying to save myself.
Yeah.
And by saving myself, the animal is saved as a byproduct and a default to me saving myself.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with all humanity. If you save yourself, by default, all humanity is saved, by saving yourself.
Right. And my most favorite Muta quote is, if you were supposed to eat it, it wouldn't run from you. But damn though, I'm pretty sure if that cabbage, plants are alive to a certain degree. So
and this is why I say, this is why I say there are levels to everything. Again, we come forward to the fruit, because man being who we are, humans who we are. Okay, because the lion is not called the lying being. It's not called the elephant being. We are the human being. Of all species, we have a being at the end of our title. Because within our nature, within the beast that we live in, there is a divinity. All right. So what you just said is crucial, because even the vegetables have life. So now, if you truly want to live on the high value of the karma, again, dealing with life, Rastaman Ital deal with life. So again, I said the fruits. Remember, if you eat the fruits, you actually are doing nature a favor. If you eat the vegetable, you're killing it. To eat the fruit, you're spreading life. Because when you pluck the fruit now, the plant now has room to make more fruit. You now eat that fruit, carry the seed somewhere else, make more life grow. There's no harm when you eat the fruit. And you see, the cabbage, you have to cut him off of the earth. You see, so the cabbage want to blossom. See, now the cabbage now, you're supposed to wait till the cabbage blossom and take a few leaves so it can replenish, just like the collard greens, when you pluck the leaf and it replenish. That's how you're supposed to treat cabbage. Let it open.
See, I didn't know that.
Leaves, my lord. You never take the whole thing. You see, exactly. Let it open. Take a few leaves and put it in your salad. Make it open. Remember, we live in a mass production, so they don't let things ripe. But we supposed to make things ripe and deal with it when the earth says it's ready. When you wait till the earth says ready, then you're not defiling or harming anything which you eat. If you wait to the actual ripening stage, the fully stage where it's ready to give it to you, well, you're not disconnecting it from the earth. It is now freely falling into your hands from the earth in the ripening stage. When you pluck a leaf or you take the fruit, and then you give a tree more room to blossom again. You see, even peppers.
Right.
You see, remember, look, okra, peppers. Everything with a seed, you pluck it from the plant, and it can live and grow more. Like I said, focus on what have seeds, because then you're not disconnecting the life force.
Right. Wow, that's what's up. I ain't even think about it. See, this is some pop. See, I told y'all y'all didn't want to miss this episode, man. I told y'all you didn't want to miss this episode. This is some stuff. This is some things we need to talk about. We don't talk about our nutrition enough, and we don't talk about what's good for us and what's actually not and what's not. We don't.
To answer the sister's question, the only bonding agent that would be, I guess, safe for something like that would have to be sea moss. That would be the only bonding agent that could do that. It'll be sea moss.
What about honey? Don't that bind it? Don't you think honey would bind it? See, I don't really understand juice. I just make smoothies. I don't really understand the science behind it.
And what you want to do is when you make your smoothies, try not to put heavy fibrous. Like this is where food combination comes into play. Check out a couple food combination charts. That way, you don't mix pineapple with banana, and because that's hard to do. Where you might have fiber, especially if you're putting certain things together, they won't always mesh well. But sea moss is a good way to emulsify it. A lot of times, sea moss is gelatinous. Flax seeds are gelatinous, but you got to put just the right amount. Yeah, the sea moss gel. That's a good way to bind it. You can just buy the raw sea moss and soak it overnight, and then lightly and put it on a light fire, and it'll turn to a gel. You make the gel cool in the fridge, and you add that in the blender as a binary emulsifier, as they call it in their science. Yeah, the sea moss would work.
Yeah. Now I have a question.
Like I said, pardon me, or like I said, the you can also use flaxseed. You take the flaxseed and you put a little coconut water in there, blend it nice and smooth. It'll also become a gelatinous like as well. Yeah.
Damn, nature does provide. So shit. When it comes down, all right, back to the part of fried foods, because like you said, if we're frying our vegetables, it literally defeats it's not Ital. So when it comes down to it, because when a lot of us start into it, we get caught up in the stir fry.
Well, stir fry is not the same as fried food. Mm-hmm. Obviously, again, don't OD. Stir fry means a light simmer. You let like for stir fry, the ideal stir fry would be you have your wide pan. You have your fire on blue simmer. You don't want to see no big orange flame. That's too much flame. You have it on just a simmer, a little over a simmer, a small flame. And then now. You take the extra virgin coconut oil, you put it in there, you make it melt out. You make that get nice and warm. You don't want it to smoke. If you make it smoke, you're doing too much now. Your oil should not be smoking. Now you cut up your vegetables real fine. You cut your vegetables up real fine. Chop them up real fine. Now you add it to your oil and you start to stir and you mix it. You cover that up. You cover that up for maybe I would say a minute and a half. You open that. You stir it up for about three to 3 to 5 more minutes at tops, and that's finished. That's complete. You add your thyme, your basil, your little pink salt if you need, and it's finished.
No, he didn't say soy sauce, people.
No, I said a little pink salt if you feel, but if you need that kind of spice, they have something where you can get. It's very hard to find, but they have a coconut aminos. Coconut aminos taste just like soy sauce, but it's made from coconut. But it's hard to find. But if you can find that, then that'll give you that same ideal of soy sauce, but it's coconut based. Blessed. I'm not sure if I'm paused or if just the brothers paused. If anybody's hearing me, do some kind of comment and I'll keep speaking. But if because he's definitely froze right now. Am I froze as well? You know, um, somebody give me a sign, let me know because I don't see the brother. Is anybody with me here, or did we disconnect? Kushite. Oh, okay, I definitely lost Kushite there. All right, but it still says we're floating live. Not sure. I'll see if he comes back around, people, because I don't know what's happening. So we give thanks for the reasoning. Thanks for the word, sound power. I don't see nobody commenting to tell me that we're still alive. So I'm a cut as well. Yeah, man.
Sorry about that, people. I'm not sure what happened. Let me see if I can get Kongo back on. Sorry about that, y'all. My phone died. My bad, man. My phone died. I don't know how, and it's sitting here on the charger. Technology ain't worth a damn.